Hello, Southbridge. This is Max Gullickson, and I'm coming to you from Southbridge Community Television right here at 41 Elm Street in our beautiful studio in beautiful downtown Southbridge, here in the year 2020, or as it is also not so affectionately known, the year of coronavirus, when me and everyone else here in town and here in the state and here in our country and here in our whole round beautiful planet has been so otherwise preoccupied with COVID. So we here at Southbridge Community Television, like everyone else, is just making do with what we have, with our new reality. And one thing we all know from COVID is that getting outdoors is a healthier place to be. It's safer than indoors, and you do a little social distancing, and you can sort of lead a semblance of a normal life, which is what we're all trying to do. Now today, we're going to do some outdoor things, and we're going to make a show out of it. Jim and I have hooked up with our friend Dan Dono, and Dan Dono, not only is he a nice guy, but he also has the advantage of being a friend who owns a 1926 Willys-Knight vehicle. And for those of you who don't know, a 1926 Willys-Knight is the precursor to the later on 1941 Jeep that saw so much duty in World War II and became an American icon. So Dan Dono has got a 26, essentially a Jeep, and he's invited us to go riding around in it. So we're going to grab our cameras and we're going to head out. Now naturally, it being October here in New England, is most beautiful. It's not like January for those of you who are elsewhere. January is beautiful too, it's just very white and cold. October, on the other hand, is the month of maximum color and fauna beauty, and beauty of flora everywhere you look. Trees exploding in colors of crimson and orange and brown, in multi-layered hues and three-dimensional sort of a vibe, and everywhere you look, most beautiful. Hence, in an outdoor activity in the year of COVID. And as such, me and Jim, we're going to put on our outdoor boots and we're going to head out. We're going to hook up with our friend Dan Dono in his bodacious car, and we're going to go out driving around and observing some of the most beautiful vegetation anywhere in the world, right in here in our beautiful Southbridge, in our beautiful New England, in October, COVID or otherwise. Nature's on its finest display, and we're going to go look at it right now. I invite you, Mr. and Mrs. Southbridge, to come along with us as we drive around in a really cool vehicle and take really nice pictures of our beautiful town. So take a minute and come along. Hello everyone in Southbridge. This is Max Gullickson from Southbridge Community Television. I'm down at Westville Lake, one of my favorite places, and I'm here with Dan Dono. Hi Dan, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Beautiful day.
Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Thanks for coming on. Now, Dan, you have this most beautiful car that you drive around, the 1926 Willys?
The 1926 Willys-Knight, yep.
And how long have you had this car?
I've had it for about 3 years, and I'm very good friends with the gentleman who restored this. And it took him about 3.5 years to restore this.
So when you bought it, it was already mostly done?
It was all mostly done, yeah, thank goodness.
So all you do, basically, you drive it around?
I drive it around. I take it out every week. I mean, it goes out every week, whether it's just around the block or a 10, 20-mile trip. Oh, yeah.
What's the top speed on this car?
Oh, I'm cranking it out at 35.
35 miles an hour? Well, I was in the back seat, and 35 would be plenty fast for me. We were doing about 20, and I thought it was kind of fast.
No, it's 35, 40, max.
Yeah. So, folks, the reason we're out here with Dan and his most wonderful 1926 Willys Jeep today, Jim and I, is because we're going to take this opportunity to drive around Southbridge in style and take a lot of photos of the foliage, because as we all know, this is the time of year when things are getting very beautiful, and why not do it in this exquisite car from Dan Dono right here. Dan, you mind driving us around Stockbridge and taking some photos?
No, love it.
right.
Absolutely love it.
This is what you'd be doing anyway, right?
I'm going to do it anyway. But that's the original engine. It's a sleeve slide engine, a sleeve valve engine, as I mentioned before. So you don't have nothing on top over here. Everything is down on the bottom. The only trouble with this engine is it does burn oil, okay? But the engine is designed to do that. So when you see a lot of smoke coming out of here, don't worry. As a matter of fact, I was told one time, if you ever see no smoke coming out of there, you're going to be in trouble. So as long as it's smoking, I'm happy. Not people behind me, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you pulling in.
This was recently voted the 37th best 9-hole golf course in the world.
Really?
Yep.
That's a pretty big honor.
Yeah. I think it was voted 9th in the country. Although I'll tell you, it's not an easy car to drive.
No.
Okay, this does not have power steering, has mechanical brakes, tough to drive.
How about windshield wipers?
I don't think it came with windshield wipers. There's windshield wipers on it now. I believe they put those on for inspection.
Oh, after the fact.
Yeah, but they don't work anyway.
Yeah. What about, I remember that a lot of the old cars had the crank and stuff like that.
This originally came with the crank. If
Yeah.
you look down here, you can see the hole for the crank.
Uh-huh.
So it originally came with the crank.
And retrofitted with a starter.
With a right now, we've done some repairs to it over the last 3.5 years. We put a new coil in it, condenser in it, spark plugs, wires. So we've done a lot of things to it. built, and this was in 1926. Okay, I think this is the last production model that came off the line in 1926. So it's got a little bit of history to it.
How come when I saw it, I thought it was a Ford? I just
Everybody
assumed
thinks it's a Ford. Yeah, Fords are common. Which, by the way, this is about $1,500 in 1926, where your Fords were running about $300 to $600.
this thing was a luxury then.
This thing was pretty much of a luxury vehicle, yeah,
I see.
inside and outside.
I thought. I mean, some of the stuff on the inside, the material they used, the little touches. They had a perfume case or like a little mascara case.
Little cigarette case, yeah, little cigarette case, a little powder thing for the ladies.
Yeah,
It's got
and the vase for the flowers.
the vase for the flowers. Yeah, it's rather unique luxury vehicle.
So if you were driving this back in 1928,
you were a big shot.
All right. That's great stuff, and I appreciate the ride, and so does Jim, and so do the folks in Stockbridge. Well, everyone, if you don't get the opportunity to drive in a 1926 Willys Jeep anytime soon, it's a load of fun. If you ever have the chance to do it, then do so, and we will see you again on Southbridge Community Television. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining me and Jim and Dan Dono on our wonderful adventure here in 2020, the year of COVID, and we got outside. We're able to enjoy the beautiful air and take some great pictures of a great car and a fine gentleman explaining it, and all the lovely sights that we have here in our beautiful town. And here's hoping everybody enjoys this fall and gets outside and gets some fresh air for your own health, your mental health, your physical well-being. And we will see you again a little further down the road right here on Southbridge Community Television. Thank you.